All right, guys, let's talk about the role of a middleman in the chain of distribution. For those of una when they fear say VDM won't take business come on for your hand, let me educate you a little bit. You know I read economics. Maybe say my knowledge no go just waste like that. Let me educate you about the role of a middleman when it comes to the chain of distribution. So as a chain of distribution, if I still go if I still remember my education very well, we have the producer, which is the wholesaler, right? The producer, the person when they produce the product, right? And then we have the role of the middleman, which is the wholesaler, right? And then we have the final consumer. All right, we can also say a retailer and then a final consumer, or you can go from an wholesaler to a final consumer, however you want to look at it. Now let's talk about the role of the middleman, which can either be an wholesaler or a retailer before it reach the final consumer. All right, so because some of the people they fear say VDM want to eliminate the middleman, he wants to take you directly to the producer of the product, make you dey buy from them. Let me tell you, that is not going to work. It's not going to work. It never worked. It never will work, and it will never work. Let me explain to you why. So here is the reason. Because the person when they produce the product cannot be the one to sell, cannot be the one to market, cannot be the one to ship, cannot be the one to do all these things. His own job is to concentrate in producing a product, right? He saw a need and decide to fulfill that need. Okay, they go into or whatever. This is not the process of talking about production. Process of production is a different teaching for another day, but today we're talking about the middleman and why you should not even be afraid if you're doing your job very well as a middleman, as an wholesaler, as a retailer. Why you should not be afraid that VDM is going to take business from you. Let me explain to you, because your role as a retailer, your role as an wholesaler is very important in the chain of distribution. So no fear. No fear. Whether VDM thinks he wants to eliminate the middleman, let's see how it's going to work. Because at the end of the day, you that is the final consumer, that you decide to go and buy a product from the producer, guess what? You only need one product, right? You only need one product. And how is that one product? A producer selling one product to you as a consumer, how is that going to benefit them as a producer? It's not going to benefit them. Because number one, you cannot even the cost of that product getting to you as a consumer is going to cost more than them if they are decided to use a middleman, which is an wholesaler or a retailer. Let me tell you something. If you are a distributor, which you are a wholesaler or you are a retailer, your role cannot be diminished. Your role cannot be eliminated in the chain of distribution. Your role is very important in the chain of distribution, and that is to get the product that is produced by the producer to the final consumer. Now, as a retailer, as a wholesaler, why is your role important? Because you are going to buy in bulk. You go meet a producer and say, I'm going to help you sell, or come and help a producer reach out to you and say, I want you to help me sell this product. So your role as a wholesaler, as a retailer, is to buy in bulk. You buy in bulk, you get a discount, and you get that discount because the price that the producer will sell directly to the retailer can never be the same price that is going to give you as a retailer, right? So they give you discount, and they will consider the fact that you are going to be a chain of distribution. That means you're going to have to ship, you are going to have to market that product for them. So they will consider all these factors, and so they will give you an wholesaler price. And if the wholesaler decide to sell to retailers, they will also give them a retailer price before it will get to the final consumer, right? So you don't have to fear, because I know a final consumer cannot buy the kind of number of products that is a wholesaler will buy. So business will still go on as usual. I don't understand what VDM was even talking about when his dog say, I want to eliminate wholesaler. How are you going to be able to eliminate wholesaler? Does it mean that the producer that's supposed to be focusing on producing product should now be concentrating on how he's going to ship product to a final retailer. At what cost is he going to take the producer to ship a product to a final consumer? It's going to cost him more. And if that final consumer is only buying one product and he's only just consuming it, he's not going to market it, he's not going to do any other thing apart from consuming. But guess what an wholesaler will do? An wholesaler will buy from the producer and then market it to you and tell you why the product is good, why you need this product, so that the producer can be concentrating on improving on their products. So there's no way. And a wholesaler is very important, and they play a very important role in the chain of distribution. So if you know the problem now, I think the problem now is that you as a wholesaler, when you buy from the producer, the producer give you discount, he consider all these factors that you are going to be marketing their products, you're going to be so they give you an extremely, like, it's like you're sharing the profits with the producer. You get what I mean? And the problem now is that when you want to sell to the retailers and the final consumer, you overprice it. You're making more profits than the producer. You double the prices. You because even when you calculated your cost of shipping, and of course you are bringing the product in bulk, you already making profit because the producer has already given you discount. But out of greed, you decided you will double the price because you know that this retailer, this consumer doesn't have access to the producer, so there's no way he will know the direct price that the producer gave to you as a distributor or as a wholesaler, and you take advantage of it and begin to manipulate the market, begin to extort the final consumer. And that is where the problem is. If you could just be fair, be very fair in pricing, and just make sure that you are not overpricing the product, you are not overcharging the retailer, the final consumer, we won't be having all this problem, right? So now you're saying that the VDM is trying to leak the secret. He's trying to tell you that this product, look at the price is coming from the producer, and you as a wholesaler, you already got discounted prices. Why are you overcharging the retailer, or why are you overcharging the final consumer? That is where the problem is. But if you can be fair in your pricing and not overprice the product, then you should not be afraid that VDM is going to take business from you, because of course now we know the price that the producer is selling their product, and if they give it to you as an wholesaler, as a distributor, to retail to the final consumer, your prices ought to be fair. Of course, we consider the fact that you pay for shipping, you pay for clearing, and all these things that you needed to bring them to your final country or final destination. But at the same time, some of you are so greedy, you overcharge these products, and that is where the problem is. So if you can just be fair in your pricing and not over make profits at the detriment of the poor consumer, we won't be having this problem in the first place. So I hope I've been able to educate you and not to confuse you that the role that you play as a wholesaler and as a retailer is very important in the chain of distribution, and we are just begging you to be fair in your pricing so that you don't overburden the consumer. You understand? Because if we can tell that, the cost of this product that you have from the producer is, let's for example, this product is going to cost you, it costs the producer, he produced this product for 70,000 naira, right? This is an example, right? And then it gives it to you at 90,000. That's 20,000 allowance for your stress, your shipping and everything, and it gives it to you, and decides, okay, you know what, this product I'm going to give it to you at 60,000, right? But if a retailer, if a final consumer is going directly to go buy from the producer can be selling to them at 120,000, because they're going to calculate the cost of you just buying only one product, the cost of you shipping, they're going to ship it to you and all that. They will put all those costs inside, and they will be selling for you at 120,000, right? But as a retailer, they will sell to you at 60,000, and they expect you at least to be fair in your pricing, that okay, since we have given you discount already and all those things consider, at least if you want to price it to the final consumer, at least you should be giving them to at the rate of like 90,000, 100,000. But no, we also want to sell to the final consumer even at 120, thereby even making the thing cost a lot. You get my point. So the problem is not you as a wholesaler or a retailer. The problem is you overpricing and making the consumer have to pay more to use the product. You get my point. All right. Now, bye bye.